Welcome back to another video on a Wednesday afternoon, I should say, evening. It's raining in my neck of the woods. Well, I think you lot who are into cars have been seeing a lot of videos about puretec engines and so on, the problems which they give and how they repair them, the videos. Okay, puretec engine is which the Peugeot came out with 2012. It's a 3-cylinder engine, 1.2, which you find it on the Peugeot 208 and C3 or the Citroen from that date and onwards. 3-cylinder engines are notoriously heavy drinkers on engine oil as they age. And as the kilometres they clock up. The first Toyota Aygo was a 3-cylinder engine. The first smart Fortwo cars was a 3-cylinder engine. The Daewoo Martins and probably many other cars like the Volkswagen Up, they have a 3-cylinder engine. It's good enough for under 1000cc, a small city car, which you don't expect great performance, only consumptions. A problem is with puretec engines, they are mounted on more bigger cars. And plus, if you add a turbo to it, when Peugeot was bought by FCA, the Fiat Group, now it's Stellantis, it seems this engine appears everywhere. Throughout various brands in the Stellantis group, really. And the problem is with this puretec engine is the distribution belt is inside the engine, and you have to take half of the engine apart to service it, which will cost you €1,000 to do so. If it was a traditional engine which has a distribution belt on the external of the engine, it would cost you half less. Less time to have it repaired, taking it apart, reassembling it and all that stuff. The fact is, these puretec engines are very, very bad engines. They drink a lot of oil as they go. Some say about between half a litre and to a litre of oil every 1,500 kilometres, 2,000 kilometres, which is exaggerated for an oil consumption of a vehicle, especially when it's got a low mileage. And it tends to burn oil because the fact is, the rings around the pistons prematurely go before time. And therefore you have this engine burning oil, misfire, and then afterwards you have a premature overhead gasket sealing gone as well. And it has a problem with the circulation of the engine oil itself due to a particular filter, a component which is absolutely, crap, and it tends to clog up, and the engine the oil doesn't circulate anymore, and the most worst things happen to it. Regarding the distribution belt inside the engine and the oil, they say around about 120,000 kilometres, manifest specifications, you change it. But many owners, after a few thousand kilometres or even a few hundred kilometres, they find the distribution belt literally in pieces, thus risking destroying the engine as well. And despite the cost of this, and for this type of maintenance, and it burns oil and it causes other factors of premature wear out of the engine. It's badly designed and it's badly made as well. Reason I believe this engine is made by a Chinese manufacturer, and you know, people thinking, oh, it will have great fuel consumptions, save a bit of petrol. Probably maybe the case if this was on a smaller cylinder car. If you start sticking it on bigger cars like SUV, like Jeep and stuff like that, it will drink a lot of fuel and it tends to lose power. Adding a turbo to this type of engine may give it a bit more power, but in the long run, the engine or a 3-cylinder, can it withstand that type of wear and tear of a turbo? The newest Stellantis car which came out with that type of a puretec engine is the Lancia Ypsilon, more known as a Chrysler overseas, and that has a 3-cylinder 1.2 engine with turbo. And obviously with Stellantis, they want to participate in this car in the World Rally Championships, which, a 3-cylinder car, undergo that constant force or brake in the end. It is an engine for a city car, not for a rally car or some big SUV, which other manufacturers tend to use as well, this type of engine technology. It would be a good thing if the manufacturers return back to manufacturing cars with 4-cylinder engines, easier maintenance. Obviously, Stellantis tried to change the belt with a timing chain, which equally brings the disaster results as well. Premature wear and tear of the engine, drinks a lot of engine oil and burns oil as well. And when you disband on the engine, you see the cylinders all bloody black due to bad combustion because it was burning oil. And many people have problems with this engine, and the Stellantis doesn't want to recognise this defect, because practically in the end you have to change the engine. You end up spending thousands and thousands and thousands of quid to change it. The only thing is avoid buying cars with 3-cylinder engines, puretec or any type of other ridiculous manufacturer name, which most car makers tend to, to save money and to have more high profits. Manufacturing a 3-cylinder engine may seem cheaper to manufacture, but in the long run, regarding maintenance and durability, it's it doesn't last that long. It prematurely wears out. Simple as that.